Real Virginia is proudly produced by the Virginia Farm Bureau Federation. Since 1926, Farm Bureau has been working to preserve Virginia farms and our rural heritage. Visit our website at vafb.com.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Real Virginia, a show about Virginia agriculture and the people who produce the wonderful local products we enjoy. Brought to you by the Virginia Farm Bureau. A family-friendly festival celebrating farmers is coming later this spring. Now is the right time to plant ginger in your home garden. And agriculture is a vital part of the economy of Russell County, Virginia.
Home will always be Virginia, between the Blue Ridge and Chesapeake Bay, Atlantic to Appalachia, home in my heart always.
Welcome back to Real Virginia, everyone. We're coming to you this week from Lavender Fields Farm in Henrico County. Spring is almost here in Virginia, and a new festival is being planned to help families celebrate the upcoming growing season.
Last fall, almost 250,000 people visited the State Fair of Virginia to celebrate fall and the state's largest industry, agriculture. Nothing can top that experience, but why wait a full year to get back in touch with your rural roots? That's why the Meadow Event Park is planning a brand new spring event, the Virginia Farm Festival.
We felt the Virginia Farm Festival would be a great way to invite folks out here at a time of year they might not have come out here before. And what's perfect is it's the beginning of spring when people are thinking about planting. We have animals being born, all kinds of great things we can celebrate. So it was a great opportunity for us to invite people to come out at other times during the year other than the fair and illuminate some other events that we hold. And also coincides perfectly with the time of year to celebrate agriculture for Virginia.
The festival is scheduled for May 2nd and 3rd. Hallett says it will be a family-friendly event with free admission for children 12 and under. And it will feature lots of opportunities to see farm animals and farm equipment.
We'll have animals that kids can enjoy and see, babies, cows, goats, chickens, ducks. We'll have farm equipment they can explore and climb on, lawnmower races. We will have a few bounce house areas for kids to get rid of some of that energy and a carousel, but for the most part we're just celebrating Virginia agriculture and introducing kids to parts of farm life that they might not have seen before.
We're really excited to offer an expansive animal exhibit where we will showcase a lot of farm animals, mostly baby farm animals with our chick hatchery, our duck slide, mama cow with her baby, hopefully some piglets, and horses.
There will also be sheepdog herding demonstrations, an agriculture-themed magic show called Agricadabra 3 times a day, and bluegrass music. Sanders says there will even be a tent where you can see how dairy farmers care for their cows and how milk is produced. There will be plenty of opportunities to learn about agriculture and have fun.
What we're really excited about that we know kids love is some big pieces of farm equipment from James River Equipment, and they can climb on them and explore them, and they will actually have a mower or a tractor that they can decorate themselves, so kids should be really excited about that.
There are about 43,225 full-time farmers in Virginia, compared to an estimated population of 8.63 million residents. The new Virginia Farm Festival is a chance for many of those young citizens to have fun and learn more about where their food comes from.
After a long winter, I know everybody's going to be excited to get outside, celebrate spring, and it's a perfect opportunity for families to be exposed to some new things for agriculture, farmers, gardening, in addition to just being together and being here at the Meadow Event Park.
Details about the festival on May 2nd and 3rd are posted on their webpage, meadoweventpark.com/Virginia-farm-festival. In Caroline County, Virginia, I'm Ricky Gibson reporting.
While the Meadow Event Park is home to the State Fair of Virginia every fall, there are 65 other county and regional fairs listed among the Virginia Association of Fairs membership. Most fairs and festivals hold their events in the summer and fall, and there are literally dozens of food-related and seasonal festivals year-round across the Old Dominion. Everything from azaleas to wine is celebrated in Virginia, and almost all of these events are related to our rural roots. and many other small festivals are held at local farmers markets. Visit virginiagrown.com to find a market site near you.
Hi, today we're going to be talking about how to grow ginger in the garden from the ground up. Please stay tuned.
Farm Bureau is the insurance provider of choice for farmers. But did you know all Virginians can benefit? In fact, most of our members are not farmers. As a member, you are supporting worthy causes like local Virginia food banks and the Agriculture in the Classroom program. Your $40 membership will easily pay for itself with our many savings options. Farm Bureau is made for Virginians. Get the membership advantage by going to vafb.com or contact your local Farm Bureau.
Most Virginians purchase ginger in the grocery store, but you can also raise it in your home garden as well. Chris Mullins with Virginia Cooperative Extension shows us how, from the ground up.
Well, hello and welcome. Today we're at Virginia State University's Randolph Farm, and we're going to be talking about how to grow ginger in the home garden. We're here with Dr. Reza Rafi. He's a professor and extension specialist here at VSU. Reza, thank you for letting us come out here today. We really appreciate it.
Great to have you with us, Chris.
Now, I know among other things you've been growing ginger for a few years now, but you're doing something a little different this year.
Yes, traditionally we grow our ginger in a high tunnel in the ground, but this year we said what would happen if you take it outside and grow it outside under normal condition, and the result has been really interesting with it, in terms of the quality of the ginger that we are growing outside in the garden.
So what does that mean for a home gardener? Could they grow something like this?
Absolutely, positively yes, because we've grown it and it takes 7 months to be able to grow it outside, and that's enough to be able to produce good quality rhizomes.
What would they put in the ground to start growing this?
Just a piece of seed, a piece of rhizome, which we call a seed piece.
Okay.
And then you can get that from your local supermarket. You want to make sure that that's a disease-free, fresh-looking piece of mature ginger, and you take that and you plant it. And then if you're lucky that it doesn't have any disease with it, and then you would be able to produce nice-looking ginger plants.
When would somebody in most of the parts of Virginia put this in the ground?
Probably I would say mid-April would be a good time. After the last frost, that would be a good time to plant it.
Reza, is there anything special that a grower would need to think about?
Yeah, growing ginger outside, you need to have shade, to provide shade, because ginger is a shade-loving plant, 30% shade. So we create a barrier or line of shade behind the ginger, so you protect the ginger against the hot afternoon sun during the summer.
Just a tall, sweet corn?
Tall sweet corn would be a great thing. So you could probably take advantage of the sweet corn, the crop itself.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
2 crops.
2 crops, yes.
Let's go look at some of the ginger and how you harvest it.
Sure.
Well, Reza, before we harvest one of these, I noticed you're in a raised bed situation. Do you have to do that?
No, you don't have to. But again, this year we didn't have the experience outside. We wanted to set it up somewhere that has a little bit of security in terms of the quality of the soil, and also ginger doesn't like too much water, too much rain.
Right.
It definitely kills your plants. So we wanted to lift it up, protect against the rain.
How do you get this up? You just pull it up?
Yeah, I just pull it up, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that. There you go.
Wow.
My goodness. Yeah, this is actually a ginger plant. That was planted actually in June. This were transplanted in June, and then you see the quality of the seed. Really, at this stage, Chris, we call this baby ginger because it's not fully mature.
It's immature, but it's really nice material.
Very nice material, and it doesn't have much fiber, and it's very tasty. Actually, we have a research done at VSU showing that the baby ginger has more antioxidant and more phenolic compound than the mature gingers, which is quite really interesting in terms of nutritional values of the ginger.
Why don't we go clean this off and look at it a little bit closer?
Sure. Absolutely.
Well, Reza, wow, this looks really great. So it's been cleaned up here. It looks really, really nice. And I see what you mean. That is an immature ginger.
Yes.
But you said it had a lot of health benefits. What do people do with this once they?
They use it for a lot of cooking.
Okay.
And then they use it as a smoothie. It's becoming very popular in soft drink.
Okay.
And then also, obviously, the ginger candy is very, it's a very popular snack.
Good for a snack.
Yeah, a lot of people are using it, but definitely is one of the healthiest spices you can imagine, Chris.
Oh, that's great. Well, this is so nice. I really like what you're doing. I'm glad that this now is something that maybe a home gardener can give a try too.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, thanks for letting us come out today. Really appreciate it.
Sure.
Well, for more information about growing ginger in the home garden, contact your local county extension office and talk to a master gardener. From the Ground Up, I'm Chris Mullins. We'll see you next time.
From the Ground Up is presented with the generous advice and assistance of Virginia Cooperative Extension. Visit their website at ext.vt.edu.
Hi, this is Tammy Brawley with The Green Kitchen. We are here with Virginia Heart of the Home, and today we are going to do beets versus beets. Stay tuned.
And now, a sneak peek into a day in the life of a Virginia dairy cow. They get their day started. They have some lunch. Get some exercise. Spend time with their friends. And then end their day with dairy sweet dreams. Real dairy, real life, real delicious.
Fresh beets are a tasty treat. Chef Tammy Brawley tells us there are several different types of beets that can be prepared in different ways in the heart of the home.
Hi, I'm Tammy Brawley with The Green Kitchen. Welcome to Virginia Heart of the Home. We are out at Meadow Event Park, and today we are going to talk about beets. Yes, beets. I personally think beets get a really bad rap. I hear all the time people say they taste like dirt, and I'm like, well, have you washed them? No. All kidding aside, I don't think they taste like dirt. They're extremely healthy for you. They're high in folate, they're high in manganese, and it's a great, great vegetable. And I'm going to show you how to do these two different ways. We are going to boil them, and then we are also going to roast them in the oven. So we started out with the roasted ones, and this is a whole beet. This is actually a Chioggia beet. It is actually spelled C-H-I-O-G-G-A, but I was corrected by a young lady at the farmer's market who said it's pronounced Chioggia, and it is a peppermint striped beet. So I'm looking really forward to showing y'all that. But we have a whole beet on an aluminum foil lined tray, and we're going to toss it with a little bit of olive oil. I don't peel them first. I peel them after they're roasted. I think it's easier done that way. And we've got a little salt, and we've got a little coarse ground pepper, and they are going to go in, is going to go into the oven where it's going to roast perfectly. So we'll be right back. So while they are roasting, we're going to talk about the ones that we've boiled. I've already boiled a couple here, so now we're just going to talk about how to peel them. We have a very sharp knife that we'll use, but a peeler is preferable as well. Get rid of our core pieces there. Sometimes you can just use your fingers. It's really up to you as to how you want to do it. I don't see my peeler handy, but that's okay. We have a knife. So we'll get our peel off of the beet. You see how pretty it is already shaping up to be, that gorgeous pink color. This is actually one of my very favorite beets to work with, if not the favorite. And now this is the way I like to eat them. First of all, I'd love for you to see that gorgeous little stripe there. Absolutely beautiful. We're going to cut it into slices. This is a totally different flavor than your standard ruby red or golden beets, which we'll be roasting on another episode. But we are going to layer our beets down on a beautiful white platter. You just see those pretty stripes. Absolutely a beautiful vegetable to work with. And then what I like to do is drizzle this with just a little bit of melted butter. And then just a little sprinkle of kosher salt. And that is it for boiling a beet. You can be done with any of the beets. It's actually very pretty with the golden beets as well as the ruby reds, but I just love doing the peppermint stripe with the Chioggia beets. So that's one way of how we do a beet. We'll be right back with the roasted ones. All right, now to roast the beets, coming out of the oven, they're going to look burnt, but they're really not. Nice and brown, and we're actually going to go ahead and peel these as well. So I'm going to use my fingers this time instead of the knife, but you can do either. Now you can use beets in so many different recipes. I could eat this plain if I'd like to, or I could cut it up and quarter it and put it on a plate. I like doing that as well. I love that stripe. You see it in the opposite direction. We'll put it back on the plate. And again, this is the roasted one versus the boiled one. Another great way to do these would be to cut them up in quarters, maybe mix them with the other colored beets, toss them with a salad. Absolutely one of the best ways to eat beets. So, I hope you learned a lot more about beets today. Thank you for being with us. This is Tammy Brawley, Virginia Heart of the Home, and we'll see you next time for more delicious recipes.
Recipes from the heart of the home can be found on the Virginia Farm Bureau website at vafb.com, and visit Chef Tammy Brawley's website at greenkitchenrichmond.com. In 2017, beets were raised on 271 Virginia farms. Almost all of them are sold for the fresh market. That's a significant increase from 5 years earlier when beets were raised on only 82 Virginia farms. The local foods movement is a major contributor to the growth and popularity of these delicious vegetables. They are low in calories, but packed with valuable vitamins and minerals. Beets can be eaten raw, boiled, baked, and roasted. They're easy to grow in the home garden, they're cold hardy, and they grow quickly.
The far southwest corner of Virginia is home to mountain vistas and friendly people. As BURKE MOELLER reports, Russell County is at the heart of this beautiful area, and agriculture is the center of their local economy.
Established in 1786, Russell County prides itself on being the heart of southwest Virginia. Residents say that's because 7 other counties touch Russell County's borders, with Russell right in the middle. The region is also part of southwest Virginia's coal belt, and mining was the top industry there for more than a century. That's changed in recent years.
Agriculture is our number one economic business that we have within the county. As far as economic development and agriculture, we're ranked 9th in the state for agriculture as a county.
But even within the agriculture sector, many farmers have had to shift their focus to different products, prompted by timing, regulations, and laws, as well as shifting consumer demands. Beef cattle is now the top farm sector.
We lost the federal tobacco program, and all the tobacco acreage is now pretty much gone, and people have transitioned more to the cow-calf stocker business.
Zach Ketron raises 225 head of cattle on his property. He's been in agriculture all his life, and there are certain aspects of the job that keep him interested.
Primarily the lifestyle, far from lucrative, but enjoyed the lifestyle and raising the family here on the farm, and yeah, just have a passion for what I do.
Russell County has a total of 918 farms, with the average size 185 acres. The market value of all agricultural products is $23,204,000. For livestock, cattle and calves accounted for $19,692,000. Sheep, goats, wool, mohair, and milk came in a distant second at $339,000. Outside of livestock, hay and other crops came in at $1,796,000, while grains and soybeans accounted for $521,000. The transition from coal to agriculture as the leading economic force in the county is spurring leaders to put a new emphasis on agriculture education.
In 2014 and 15, Russell County Farm Bureau began to work with the superintendent of schools and the school board and the board of supervisors to reinstate agriculture classes at Lebanon High School. The other 2 classes had agriculture. Also, we were able to get a horticulture class at the Russell County Career and Technology Center.
Alicia Lawless teaches horticulture at the Russell County Career and Technology Center, a vocational school where students literally get their hands dirty learning about plant life. They also learn a lot about operating a small business.
The students do all the work, 100%. They start from the beginning, from when the plant comes in as a tiny little plug or a seed, and they grow it and market it all the way up until it walks out the door into someone else's garden. So it teaches them a lot about community, also about the business aspect of things, and they run it. I just stand back and watch.
Sarah Blevins teaches agriculture at the high school level in the county.
We've been focusing on animal science in the fall mainly, and now we're kind of transitioning to get our greenhouse going and start to do some gardening and vegetables.
Andy Smith of Smithfield Farms has 340 head of beef cattle and is under no illusions about what it takes to succeed in his field. A profitable farm economy is just one step to success in this rural community.
Agriculture is a tough business. I mean, if it was easy, anybody would be involved in it. And so I think we got to continue to face challenges. One big one is generational transfer of land, because the average age of the U.S. farmer is 60 years old. And so getting that land to the next generation and getting the next generation that wants to be in this job is going to be key.
In 2005, Russell County beef producers found a way to add more value to their stock by participating in the Virginia Quality Assured Marketing Program, a partnership sponsored by the Virginia Cattlemen's Association. It's a collaboration of cattle producers, extension staff, the Virginia Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services, and other stakeholders to certify participants' cattle are top quality animals and worthy of a competitive price. The marketing group is a great example of farmers working together to boost their income.
And it's grown to one of the largest programs in the state. Last year we marketed 127 tractor-trailer loads with Russell County and our fellow counties around that are members of the Abingdon Feeder Cattle Association. That includes Scott, Russell, Washington, and Smith, Tazewell, some of the counties through the Coalfield, Wise, and Dickinson. So we have several participants in that program that are our core group. And since then we've sold almost 70,000 weaned and vaccinated calves. That's added a value of $6.3 million to the total gross of the cattle that were sold.
The people of Russell County are proud to have agriculture play the dominant role in their economic and cultural lives. It hasn't always been an easy transition from coal, but like other counties in the region, they have found a way to succeed.
You just drive along through the hills, you see all the farmland and the way it's managed. People take pride in what they produce.
In Russell County, Virginia, I'm Burke Moeller reporting.
We're so glad you could join us this week to celebrate all the bounty Virginia has to offer. From the kitchen to your home and garden to our wide open spaces, we are proud to say that this is Real Virginia. For everyone from the Virginia Farm Bureau, thanks for watching. Make it a great week.
Home will always be Virginia, between the Blue Ridge and Chesapeake Bay, Atlantic to Appalachia, home in my heart always.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
You're going to need me. You're going to need us. All of us. You're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food. You're going to need our determination, our compassion. You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring. And we promise we'll be there when you need us.
There are 30,000 roadway accidents each year involving cars and farm machinery. Farmers will be moving equipment for planting and harvest season. The slow-moving vehicle triangle in red and fluorescent orange colors and flashing lights allow for quick identification. When you see an SMV sign on farm equipment, slow down, prepare for sudden stops and slow turns.
Patience will save lives. Just remember, we all need to share the road, we all need to be responsible, and we need to be guided by the law.
Motor vehicle safety starts with you.